and welcome everyone to day 20. It's the 20th story out of 25 stories I would tell my younger self. It's the book that I released around a month ago, Amazon bestseller, rolling, really going well. And we're going to talk about the story called The Relationship Story today. And as you know, in these videos, we don't necessarily want to repeat what's in the book already. I want to give you some extra insights. I want to talk about things that are not necessarily in the book and some extra stuff, right? I would love to talk to you today about 3 things, and the title is How to Make a Busy Relationship Work. And what I mean with this is, many people today, they do 1, 2, 3 different jobs. Their partner is doing a job with kids, with their hectic, crazy life. I think it's really important today, how can you make these things happen? How can you actually make it work? And well, if you know me a bit, I run several companies. We do online, offline businesses. My partner Bettina does so as well. So it's sometimes really extremely hectic. And sometimes you can almost live apart from each other. And I think many people can sometimes relate to that. So I want to tell you my 3 biggest tips that I have come up with. And they are really straightforward. So tip number 1 is have a daily specific thing every day that is short, simple, where you can always connect at least once a day. Now, this is really important. So it's a once a day connecting point where you say, okay, you know what? For example, for me and Bettina, many times it's our early morning coffee. So I get up a bit earlier than her. So in the morning, I make her a cup of coffee. This is our quick touching point where both of us take a quick second. We talk briefly, chat a bit about the day. This is our morning thing. Or for some of you, this might be a daily phone call. This might be a daily messaging where you send each other some hearts or some love. It might be something that you can do literally almost every day. If you travel a lot, it might be more of a daily morning call. For example, if I'm traveling, then it's a morning message, for example. So you always want to have something that you do on a daily, it's like a daily routine. It doesn't take too long, because if it takes too long, it's too complicated, you're probably not going to do it every day. So this is my first really important tip. Next tip, have weekly and monthly fixed points that you can work around. Now you can see what I'm building up here is, I'm building up, first of all, routines that you do on a regular basis, but then you also have fixed points, fixed dates, fixed things to look forward to that you do on a weekly, monthly, and maybe even on an annual basis. Now, what could this be? For example, Bettina and I would do, maybe now during Christmas, not so much, of course, because there's so many other things, but when we have our regular business life, we do a once per week, we call it relationship lunch. Now, you might not do lunch together. Maybe you do dinner, or maybe you just have a walk, or you cook something at home. If you have kids, now what's really important is on those lunches or dinners or meetings, you want to be alone. You want to have quality time, not so much quantity. It's all about the quality. And I think this is really important. Now, what you kind of feel here is you need to treat your relationship very similar to how you're treating a business. And the reason is very simple. It's a partnership. It's 2 people working together. And if you are not going to do this, if you don't make it happen, if you don't invest energy and time like you would into a business, well, even the best relationship is going to break apart. So you want to have weekly meetings. Just think of your job, or if you are self-employed, think of what you do. You have weekly meetings, or you have monthly reviews or monthly things. We do that as well. And we also have annual dates. It's like special company dates, right? What do we have? For example, now Christmas coming up, New Year. These are things that are really important to us, which are not hundreds, right? It's really down, like we have 5 important relationship dates. Her birthday, my birthday, our day when we got together, Christmas and New Year's. 5 days. I mean, this is not so much out of the year, right? This is like 1.5% of the time. So everyone can really do that. It's really about doing it. So first tip, have certain daily habits. Second, have some dates, some things to look forward to that are regular, where you talk about things, focus on quality time. And the last, and that's very, very important, is build memories together. Now, what do I mean with this is this. If you don't have these crazy nights off, basically, where you and her or you and him feel like, oh my gosh, we're never going to forget that for the rest of our lives, then if you don't have these types of dates, if you don't have these types of experiences, memories, what's going to happen is you're going to not be able to move forward in the hard times. Any relationship has down times and has up times. It's normal. if you don't use those uptimes where you build really crazy and awesome memories, you're gonna have a very hard time in the low times, in the down times, when you have big arguments, when stuff gets crazy, to really keep working together. And the easiest way, and this studies show that, to push through is by having memories to look back to. So, for example, if you're following me on social, you saw this. Me and Bettina have really amazing experience with these tigers from Thailand, and we really invested a lot time and energy and money into having these really great experiences. And we have a lot more where we do crazy stuff together, where we travel, where we have traveled to cities and so on. So it doesn't have to always be expensive. If you want to give you an example, a good friend of mine here in Austria, he took his girlfriend and they went out for a full moon evening walk, and it was just the two of them, and they had a really nice time. It was very special and extraordinary. So it can be always something that you don't do on a regular basis, so it has to be special to build a memory. I hope you get some tips out of this. So these were my 3 tips. Daily habits, have some dates that you look forward to, and then build memories. And of course, anyone can struggle in a relationship. I know that. I've been struggling a lot in the past, and now I'm really focusing on those things. I learned those myself. And again, you want to make it happen, so you have to invest time and energy. Hope you get tips out of that. We have these shows. We have 5 more stories to talk about, and all the way until the 25th, until Christmas. So if you want to hear more, and of course afterwards we shoot a load of extra content, then follow us here on YouTube or here on Periscope, of course. For those that don't know that, we are always live recording here on Periscope. Connect with me on Facebook would be really awesome and nice. And of course, if you haven't read the book, get the book. Give me some feedback on there, which story you like the most. And be ready for some really awesome stuff coming up. So have a nice Sunday, and talk to you tomorrow. Cheers.